Britons are changing the way they look at history in the last couple of days. Thousands of people have come out in the streets to protest against imperial leaders, slave traders and wartime heroes. From Winston Churchill to Robert Clive, those who were once called the greatest Britons are now being called racists. Some of their statues have been vandalized, some statues have been burnt, dragged through the streets and thrown into water. The latest statue to face the heat is that of Mahatma Gandhi's. Protesters want Gandhi's statue removed from Leicester. They say Gandhi was a fascist, racist and sexual predator. An online petition demanding the statue's removal has received more than 5,000 signatures. The petition claims that Gandhi used words like uncivilized savages and dirty to refer to Africans. Well, how have authorities reacted to this demand? Experts have called it absurd. Claudia Webb, the parliamentarian from Leicester East, said the petition is, quote-unquote, a massive distraction from the Black Lives Matter movement. Webb said that the black community does not want to move the symbol of change. She also drew parallels between Gandhi's peaceful protests and the Black Lives Matter movement. Both, Webb said, are forces for change. But what's happened over the weekend in the UK was far from peaceful. Protests against racism snowballed into clashes. Two sets of demonstrations took place in a city. One shouting anti-racism slogans, the other screaming racial slurs. Far-right activists said that they wanted to defend historical monuments and the British culture. But what happened was quite the opposite. Soon the two sides clashed at the iconic Trafalgar Square. The police intervened only to be attacked by the protesters. Some tossed bottles at the officers, some even set off fireworks. 15 people were injured. At least 5 people have been booked for assaulting police officers. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson condemned this incident. He said those indulging in violence would be met with the full force of the law.
Can't accept is people hijacking peaceful demonstrations and turning them into very ugly attacks on the police or on public monuments. We can't accept that, and people who do that will feel the full force of the law.
All the politics and clashes aside, let me show you a photo that has gone viral since the violence. This is a black man carrying an injured protester to safety. What makes this photo special is that the injured man is a suspected far-right protester. He was on the streets protesting against the Black Lives Matter movement. And when he was beaten by the cops, black protesters came to the rescue. The black man in this photo has been identified as Patrick Hutchinson.
I was just thinking of, a human being on the floor. It wasn't going to end well had we not intervened. And that was it. I had no other thoughts in my mind apart from get him to safety.
It's stories like these that give us a sense of hope amidst the darkest of times.